It has been over 100 years since the Titanic sank beneath the icy waters of the North Atlantic. 1,500 souls, gone in a single night. We think of it as a tragic moment frozen in history. But what if I told you it wasn't till the end? In the late 20th century, strange reports began to surface. People claimed they were receiving phone calls filled with static, desperate cries for help and voices that shouldn't exist anymore. And here's the terrifying part. Many of those who answered the calls didn't live long after. The history of the Titanic. The Titanic set sail on April 10, 1912, from Southampton to New York. The unsinkable ship carried more than 200 passengers and crew. On April 14 at 11:40 p.m., it struck an iceberg. Within less than 3 hours, the ship broke apart and sank. Only 706 people survived. Over 1,500 were lost. Their final screams vanished into the night sky, drowned by the ocean. Or so we thought. First reports of calls. Fast forward to the 1980s. People living in coastal towns New York, Halifax, Southampton began reporting late-night phone calls. No number, no caller, just noise. Static, the sound of rushing water, and then voices, pleading, crying, calling out names, some even begging for their mothers. One man described it as 1,000 whispers coming from under the sea. Skeptics tried to explain it. Maybe it was faulty phone lines. Maybe it was hoaxes. Or maybe it was just the human brain, filling silence with fear. But here is the problem. In multiple cases, recordings exist. Audio engineers confirmed the voices had irregular frequencies not typical for humans. Several voices mentioned specific names that matched Titanic's passenger list. And in 14 out of 19 documented cases, the person who received the call died within 2 years. Statistically, that is nearly impossible to dismiss. Horrible real cases. London, 1983. A woman answered a call. A young man screamed, "The water is freezing. Tell my mother I love her." 2 weeks later, she died in a car crash. Boston, 1987. A retired sailor heard voices shouting coordinates. They matched the Titanic's wreck site. A year later, he vanished at sea. Halifax, 1990. A teenager received. Psychology of fear. Why do these calls terrify us so much? Because a phone call is intimate. It has a voice directed at you. Unlike a ghost sighting, you can dismiss it as a trick of the light. When you hear someone whisper your name, when you hear the sound of drowning through a speaker pressed against your ear, it becomes personal. It has not histo.